Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a couple of months, but we are back and we are build the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. We've actually got 2 stages to do today, or 2 packs to do today. We got pack 9, which I just got a couple of weeks ago. I had some other things going. And it was delayed by a month or so. I guess they had some snafu with stock and knowing what they had and not knowing what they didn't have and that sort of thing. So that kind of tied things up for a while. But then within short order, once I got this one shipped out, I got pack number 10. So, and there isn't much to do in pack 10, so I'm just gonna plow through and let's do all 8 stages. What the heck? Anyway, so beyond that, in pack 9, we got the Ecto 1 license plate, which is fun. Made out of stamped metal, which is neat. Don't know where I'm going to put that yet, but find a place. And yeah, so let's get going. Mostly what we're doing today is going to be, the first pack is going to be doing the firewall behind the engine, putting a couple things on that, and then moving into exhaust system, and then rear axle and that sort of thing. And then the next pack actually is all springs and things for the back suspension, and making 2 more wheels and getting this into a full-on rolling chassis situation. So, all right. So, along with that, let's get moving. All right. So, stage 27 includes the firewall and some other things. So, let me get this open, and we will get a move on. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is be assembling the blower unit. So we have the fan into the housing. There is a keyhole pattern here which can only go in one way, and then that goes in with an EP screw. Okay, and then once that's in, it's going to go onto the bulkhead here. There's a pin, locating pin here, and a place to add a screw from behind, and that will be an IP screw this time. Okay. Alright, next thing we're going to do is put together the brake reservoir. So that will be these 3 pieces here. And this first one goes in. There's a little locating pin that's attached through that little hole with an AP screw. And then this goes on. There's a pattern to it. There's only one way to have it around, so it'll go on like that. Secured from behind with an EP screw. Okay, like that. And then this goes onto the bulkhead. Locating pin here, and then held in from behind here with another EP screw. Next thing we're going to do is put the windshield washer motor together. That's just these 2 parts that go in like that, held from behind here with an EP screw. Okay. And once that is together, we're going to bring this bulkhead back. We're going to be installing this using a locating pin, just like that, fastened from behind with another EP screw. Alright, now we're going to be fitting the bulkhead on the firewall. First thing, we're going to attach a wire here. To this little pin, to this little pin down here. right here. And then we're going to also be attaching this one from the other side to the bulkhead once we get this on. So, alright, difficult to see, but it's on there. And now, I'm going to get this into place. And this hose is going to go around and onto this pin right here. Okay, so that hose onto that pin. Now, we attach the bulkhead here with 4 IP screws on the sides, 2 OM screws to the frame. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to attach these sections here. I'm going to kind of screw these on the ends here. And do the other side too. There's a thread on one end and it just goes into this plastic piece, although a little bit of oil on the end of that make that a lot easier to do. And in a real car, this is, you know, this is intended to keep everything square and whatnot, but for this, it's not holding anything necessarily. So there's a hole in the back on the firewall here. That's going to go through, and that will get screwed into here, and the same on this other side. The hole in the firewall. And that will get screwed into that side here with HP screws. Alright. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Alright, so in stage 28, we're going to start on the left exhaust pipe. Alright, so we're starting on the left side, exhaust system and muffler. First thing we're doing is we're laying out these pipes like this. We're attaching them with IP screws, and then we're attaching the other half of the muffler down with another IP screw. Alright, and there is a correct way to have this. I put this on that flipped around the other way, and this wasn't fitting on here because this pin needs to be close to the short one. Okay, now we're going to be adding this extended piece onto here, which includes the tailpipe, and that is going on with an HP screw. Next thing we're going to be doing is attaching this to the car. Going in this way like this. It's going there. First thing we're doing is we're taking this small piece here and we are attaching it to this somehow. Okay. So this is going underneath this, and then there's an AP screw that goes through from the other side here, which attaches that. Here, this little part will go in here, and there's a pin that will help line that up. Like that. This slides into this guy. And this is being held in from the other side here with a CP screw. A big long CP screw. Alright, so we have the R1 bracket, which is going to be installed here. There is a locating pin that gets held in with a GM screw. There's another one of these going on the other side. Over here, also with a GM screw. That. There is this guy here. There is this guy here, which is going in down on this end. There's a locating pin here. They're placed for 2 screws here. And those are both going in with BM screws. And then there is one more little piece that we don't use in this stage, and that's all there is to do right now. Okay, stage 29 is exactly the same as stage 28, except for the other side. So we'll just pull this together really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, and then that, with this extra little part, is all there is to do in that stage. Alright, then in stage 30 we're making the rear axle and the brake drums. We'll get this open and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're taking the rear axle, putting these parts together like this. These are metal. The other pieces here are plastic. But these are going in here, being held together with CM screws. Okay. And this cap is going on the back side here. It's being held in from this side with an IP screw. Okay, and then this cone-shaped piece is going on to here. There is a large and a small locating pin with corresponding holes. So that will go in like that, and then 4 DM screws will hold that on. Okay, and we're going to set that piece aside for just a second. I'm going to start putting the disc drums together. These are marked left and right, but I don't think that it matters one way or the other with these pieces, because these are all the same. Alright, and with those 6 screws in, that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. I made a little left side notation because there's really no way to tell after you've gotten these on. But anyway. Alright, let's move on to the next pack. Alright, so in pack 31 we're going to be assembling the rear left spring section of the rear end of the car. Let me open this up and we'll get going. Alright, so for the leaf spring, we have a holder at one end that will be attached using 2 LM screws. We have are these 2 parts that are going on this end here, and it just gets one big long screw that goes all the way through. And that's a PM screw, so like that. Okay. Now, we're going to get our axle out. This is going to slide over this way. With this side facing toward the front. This is going to be facing toward the front. And again, we're doing the left-hand side here. And then this piece goes over the top. There's 2 locating pins, one small, one larger. And that's going to go over the top like that. And the whole thing is going to be put together with an NM screw. And then what we're doing is we're taking this piece, we're putting this little spring in. We're taking this with the pin with the hole facing toward the slotted end here. We're pushing that in, and we're going to be attaching that through this little slot with a BM screw. So that should be on, but it shouldn't be so tight that you can't squish this, because this is actually what's going to be acting as the shock absorber here instead of kind of the springs. Alright, next thing we do is bring the car over. Is lining up with that screw, and there's also a little notch there. That's funky. Okay. So QM screw that side. This goes in here, facing out like this, with that little notch there. I'm going to tighten this down just a little bit more. Okay, now this is going on to here. So this little pin is poking through that side. This is going to that fairly large hole there. These are lining up back here. Okay. This is attached here. This is attached to this piece here. We're going to attach an IP screw to that so that that goes and stays where that's supposed to stay. And then there's these little pieces that were left over from the last couple of stages. That's going to go into here like this, and then that gets held in with a BM screw, and then that's the end of that stage. Alright, so in stage 32, it's mostly a wheel, but we have a lot of other tubes and pipes and brake lines and things to install as well. Alright, so the first thing I did was I put the tire together, which I've done several times on here. You can go back and watch, I think maybe even the first video. And see how that goes together. Like all the others, I'm going to save this little hubcap in my little save for another day section. And we're going to start with the left side, with the left brake disc. So we're going to put these two lengths of hose in like that. Okay. Then bringing the car over right here, we're going to be putting this onto the spindle like this. We're putting them onto these points here. And then we're running these underneath this little clip. Okay. And now we're putting the tire onto this wheel. That's going on with an LM screw. Okay. Still rotates, but it doesn't wobble. Okay. Last thing. We've got one more brake drum. We've got the shorter tube that's going in on this side. Longer tube. Going in on this side. Maybe. Alright, and that is the end of a fairly frustrating stage. Alright, stage 33 is pretty much mirror image of the stage 31, so I'm going to go ahead and put that together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the only, this is all on. The only different thing, I somehow had broken off the little pin from this little strut here, so I replaced that with a piece of brass rod. And then these brake cables from one side go into here. And then we'll be putting the brake disc on, along with attaching these wires. Alright, and with the brake lines installed, that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so in stage 34, we are just putting together one last wheel. Alright, tire's made, attached to the car. Our last little hubcap thingy is going to go in my safe box of stuff to be used at a later date. And that, my friends, is all there is to do this month. So we've got quite a bit to show. We've got all the suspension, the exhaust system, whatever that's called, firewall. So, but it is on 4 wheels. You can't beat that. Okay, thanks for sticking with me here. that was that was that was not as easy to do as I would have thought it would be. A lot of little things. Anyway, a lot of little things kind of break and stuff. But anyway. All right, so we've got coming up next issue. Looks like we've got some like the gas tank, the steering wheel, probably part of the dashboard, and some more hoses and or tubes and or electrical things. I don't know. So we will see. That will be coming in pack 11. So anyway, hope you enjoyed all this. And if you did, give me a thumbs up and a like. And I don't believe, I was going to say you can start this from pack 1, but I don't believe that this is available anymore in the States for starting up new subscriptions. So I don't know. I guess keep your eye on Fanhome. But next time, I know that since we have the gas tank going, that's where the power pack is going to be going into as well. So we'll have a kind of an upgraded power mod going in, and that's going to be a thing where I can just plug it into the wall outlet instead of having a bunch of batteries in there all the time. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and hope that wasn't too tedious, and I will be talking to you guys next time. All right.